Hello, fourth grade, and welcome to lesson 2-7. We're going to be working on subtracting across zeros today. So for our last few lessons, we worked on subtracting numbers and then subtracting greater numbers, borrowing and regrouping whenever we needed to. Today, we're going to work on subtracting across zeros so that we can find our correct answer.
How do you subtract across zeros? A music hall is hosting a concert. The hall sells 4,678 tickets to the show. How many tickets are still available? What is the problem asking you to solve for?
Select your answer.
To find the number of available tickets, subtract the number of tickets sold from the total number of seats. Let T equal the number of available tickets. T equals 6,000 minus 4,678. To estimate, subtract 4,700 from 6,000. 6,000 minus 4,700 equals 1,300. When subtracting from a number with zeros, you may need to regroup several places before subtracting. Because of the zeros in 6,000, you need to start regrouping from the thousands. 6 thousands equals 5 thousands plus 10 hundreds. 10 hundreds equals 9 hundreds plus 10 tens. 10 tens equals 9 tens plus 10 ones. 6,000 has been regrouped as 5 thousands, 9 hundreds, 9 tens, and 10 ones. Now you can subtract. 10 minus 8 equals 2 ones. 90 minus 70 equals 20 equals 2 tens. 900 minus 600 equals 300 equals 3 hundreds. 5,000 minus 4,000 equals 1,000 equals 1,000. Since the difference, 1,322, is close to the estimate, 1,300, the difference is reasonable. There are still 1,322 tickets available for the concert.
Okay, now before we get into our regrouping, or sorry, not our regrouping, our guided practice, we're going to go over some of our notes regarding how to regroup across zeros. So some of the things that we picked up while we were listening to our lesson, we know that when we subtract from a number that has zeros, you may need to regroup more than once. So we start regrouping. So if we have a number that starts way out in the thousands place, we have to regroup from the largest place values if the other ones are 0 and work from there. So that 6 is going to become a 5, and that hundreds place is going to become, instead of having 6,000s, you're going to have 5,000s plus 10 hundreds, which is the same thing. But we still need to regroup again. So that 10 hundreds is going to become 900 so that we can have 10 tens, which is 100. In order to subtract the ones place, we need to regroup and take from that 10 tens to make it 9 tens so that we have 10 ones, and then we do our subtraction. So 6,000 minus 4,678, 10 take away 8 is 2, 9 take away 7 is 2, 9 take away 6 is 3, 5 take away 4 is 1. So that's the long version. The short version, when you have numbers that have a lot of zeros in them, you are going to have the smallest place value. So that ones is going to become your group of 10, and all the ones next to it are going to become nines because you have to keep borrowing all the way across until you get to the digit that you're borrowing from. So if I have 20,000 minus 14,782, In that 20,000, my first zero in my ones place is going to become a 10. All of these other zeros are going to become a 9 until I get to a digit that has value in it. That 2 is going to become 1. So this is going to drop down 1 the way we usually do when we regroup. The first 0 in that tens place or wherever it is going to become a 10. The zeros that are directly next to it. So if there's a number in between, you can't do this. You're going to be borrowing from that number. But since these are all zeros over here, the first one becomes a 10. The rest of them become 9s until you get to a place value that has a value in it, or a digit that has value in it, and you're going to borrow from that. So 10 take away 8 is 2. 9 take away 8 is 1. 9 take away 7 is 2. 9 take away 4 is 5. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. Since it's the largest place value and it has a 0 in it, we are not going to write that in. So next we're going to go into our guided practice. Now our first guided practice question says, Lisa used compensation to solve the problem on the previous page. She subtracted 6,000 minus 1 minus 4,678 minus 1, and she ended up with 5,999 minus 4,677 equals 1,322. How could you use Lena's approach to subtract 5,000 minus 1,476? So what she did was she took 1 away from her larger number so that all those other place values had a digit in them that she could subtract from without having to borrow. So let's go ahead and write out what she did. Separate my areas over here on my paper, get my guided practice written in. And I'm going to start solving. So for number 1, we're going to use her same strategy. So instead of 5,000 minus 1,476, she did 5,000 minus 1, take away 1,476 minus 1 to find her answer. So this becomes 4,999 minus 1,475. And now what she did was she made sure there was a large place value in each one of these areas, or a large digit in each one of these place values, so that she doesn't have to regroup when she's solving. 9 minus 5 is 4, 9 minus 7 is 2, 9 minus 4 is 5, and then 4 minus 1 is 3. So when she did it this way, she didn't have to borrow from any digits because she wasn't subtracting across those zeros anymore. She changed the number. She took 1 away from both sides so that her difference stayed the same. For number 2, it says one passenger flew 11,033 kilometers from Oslo to Lima. Another passenger flew 8,593 kilometers from Oslo to Los Angeles. How many more kilometers was the flight to Lima? So over here, again, we're doing our subtraction. So I'm going to put my number 2, and I'm going to stack my digits. So I had 11,033, and I'm subtracting from it 8,593. Now notice how I stack them in place value order. Ones on top of ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and I didn't have a second digit in my 10,000s place, so that one stayed blank. Now I'm going to work and do my subtraction over here. So 3 minus 3 is 0. 3 minus 9 I can't do. And I can't borrow from this one because this is a 0 already. So this is going to become a 0. This is going to become a 10. So I went out to my place value, that my digit that had a number that has value in it before I could work my way back. So I still can't do 3 minus 9. So I need to make this 13. I'm going to borrow from here. That 10 became a 9. Now 13 take away 9 is going to give me 4. 9 take away 5 is also going to give me 4. I can't do 0 take away 8. So this 0 is going to become a 10. And this 1 is going to become a 0 because I have to borrow from it. 10 take away 8 is 2. And there's nothing over here, so I don't need to write that 0 in the biggest place value. So the difference in flights is 2,440 kilometers. I always put my units. When they give me a unit that I'm working with, kilometers, inches, feet, whatever it is, I always write my unit in the answer. All right, now number 3. Let's do number 3 down here. For number 3, we're just doing the subtraction. So 6,000 take away or minus, whichever you prefer, 1,773. So 1,773. Now remember what I told you. Your shortcut here is if you have these are all zeros, your first one is going to become a 10. The rest are going to become 9s, and you're borrowing from that biggest number. So 10, 9, 9, and then we borrowed from the 6, so that 6 became a 5. 10 take away 3 is 7. 9 take away 7 is 2. 9 take away 7 again is 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. You see how much quicker that goes when you're not changing the numbers over and over again. Those 10s becomes 9, then that 10 becomes a 9, and then that 0 becomes a 10. When you follow that rule, it's quick and easy for you to do your regrouping. For number 4, let's see. Number 4, our question says 231,086. Take away 172,863. Now we're going to work through this one together. Again, place values are stacked on top of place values. This is one of the reasons I like to do the notes on graph paper, is because it gives me those individual little boxes so I can make sure that my numbers are stacked neatly. 6 take away 3 is 3. 8 take away 6 is 2. Over here, this I can't do 0 take away 8, so this is going to become a 10. I'm going to borrow from that 1, so that 1 is going to become a 0. 10 take away 8 is 2. I put my comma. I can't do 0 take away 2, so I need to borrow again. So that 0 is going to become a 10. I'm going to borrow from that 3, so that 3 is going to become a 2. 10 take away 2 is 8. 2 take away 7, again, I can't do that. That 2 is going to become a 12, and that other 2 is going to become a 1 because I borrowed from it. 12 take away 7 is going to give me 5, and then 1 take away 1 is 0. I don't have to write it because it's my largest place value. Now for number 5, we have 76,810 minus 22,645. So I can't do 0 take away 5 over here, so I need to regroup. So that 0 is going to become a 10. That 1 is going to become a 0. 10 take away 5 is 5. Now I can't do 0 take away 4, so that 0 is going to become a 10. And that 8 next to it is going to become a 7 because I'm borrowing from it. 10 take away 4 is 6. 7 take away 6 is 1. 6 take away 2 is 4. And then 7 take away 2 is 5. So I only needed to regroup those first 3 digits. All right, now for number 7 and number 8. 7 I'm going to put out here. We have, let's see, 101,001 minus 8,915. 8,915. Again, stacking in place value order. I'm going to circle this so I know that it's not part of this problem. I can't do 1 minus 5, so that 1 is going to become an 11. So we know that I can't borrow from that, so I have to start way out here. So that's going to become a 0. That's going to become a 10. Can't make that a 10 because I need to borrow from it again. So this can become a 10. So 11 take away 5 is going to give me 6. 10 take away 1 is going to give me 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. I can't do 0 minus 8. So again, I have to borrow from way out here. So that's going to become a 0. That's going to become a 10. Can't keep that as a 0. So it's going to become a 9 over here. And then this one is going to become a 10. So 10 take away 8 is going to give me 2. 9 take away nothing is still going to be 9. And then that 0 in the last place value, I don't need to write down. So again, see the same thing that we're doing. Your first one, your first regrouping is going to be a 10. Everything after that is going to be a 9 until you hit your actual digit. So this one actually would have been a 9 because we borrowed from it already. So 9 take away 1. Apologies, guys, that's an 8. So 92,086. Now, if you're not sure, again, what we can do is we can add those two partials together to find our whole number. So 5 and 6 is 11. That would give us the 1. 8 and 1 is 9. Plus that 1 would give us a 10. That would have been a 0, and so on. You can work your way all the way through it to double check the math. Now let's go ahead and do number 8 together. We have 9,050. Take away 3,461. Now we'll start our regrouping. I can't do 0 take away 1, and I have a digit right next to it. So that 0 is going to become a 10, and that 5 is going to become 4. 10 take away 1 is going to give me 9. 4 take away 6, I can't do that. There's a 0 next to it. So this is going to become an 8. This would have been a 10, but I need to make this 4 larger. So I'm going to borrow from that 10. It's going to become a 9, and this 4 is going to become a 14. 14 take away 6 is going to give me 8. 9 minus 4 will give me 5. And then 8 take away 3 will give me another 5. So 9,050 minus 3,461 will give me a difference of 5,589. So this takes you all the way through your guided practice for this lesson, as well as the notes. If you have any questions, let me know. I know subtracting across zeros is a little more complicated sometimes than subtracting with actual digits. You can use that compensation process that they showed over here in the example to give you a digit in each place value, or you can remember that when you're going across zeros, your first one is going to be a 10, the rest are going to be 9s until you get to a digit. So remember all of that regrouping. You can do it with your place value blocks and the thousands cubes to be able to do all of this. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye, 4th grade.